The assassin's favorite close quarters pistol has arrived. Greetings audience, I'm Boomstick, and today we're going to be talking about the String Shot. This design is a collab by Zero Blade NL and Chaotica, produced exclusively by Frantz Foam Works. Now the String Shot is a 3D printed top prime talon fed half dart stringer. The mag catch is actually this little piece on the back right here, which actually works out perfectly because when you're holding the blaster to fire, your hand is actually helping hold that in place to where you can't pull the mag out. However, if you loosen your grip, all you have to do is pull, and your thumb will actually actuate the catch right here, making it super easy to pull out. Now, you can, when you're not holding it, also just pull it off based off friction, but it's also not going anywhere, so you're not worried about losing your mag, especially when you're holding it. Only when you want it to. Now, Frantz Foam Works was kind enough to send me the version 1. However, I was also able to get my hands on the version 1.1. Now, there are a handful of things about the 1 that differ in the 1.1. Mostly being a thicker top prime along with a more comfortable handle and a better trigger. There were a handful of issues I had with the version 1 where I had to go in and do a little bit of sanding. Pretty much any of my issues with the version 1 have been addressed in the version 1.1. So I won't plan on bringing up the version 1 issues because I believe the 1.1 is all that's going out right now. So for those of you having issues with the 1, a light bit of sanding will pretty much solve all of your issues. The String Shot is available from Frantz Foam Works for $35. I'll have that link down below in the description. There is also a slightly different version on Thingiverse, which does not include the handle. I will include that as well if you want to print one yourself, but I do recommend getting the String Shot with the handle as opposed to printing it with the mag being the handle. That's just my recommendation, but if you'd rather do it yourself, I can understand that as well. Now, as far as comfort goes, I find it to be fairly comfortable. It's a little awkward because the angle is straight down as opposed to a more what you consider standard grip, as compared to the Zinc, which has the best pistol grip design out there, but that also takes proprietary mags. So while that does take away from the comfort, it's also kind of an acceptable compromise due to the straight talon mags. They are working on an angled version, which I am very interested in because I feel like giving it that slight angle will actually improve the comfort a lot. The top prime is also fairly comfortable. Not any issues there. So overall, it's a very comfortable pistol. Now, I will say, I kind of want to run this as a last-ditch blaster. But to do that, I don't recommend using the full-length talons. I would actually recommend getting a smaller talon mag that pops out just along the bottom here, or some of the 3D printed options out there, just so it's a little bit more compact, because that sticks out quite a bit. So I think that covers all the basics, so let's take it outside and take it to a few battles, shall we? When taking it out to the range, the darts ended up going between 35 and 45 feet at about 90 FPS. I did find it to be pretty accurate, but I also found that it does not like worn darts.
Like 6?
At HEZ, I did fairly well with it until I had issues with the trigger since I only had the version 1 and not the 1.1, which fixed the trigger issue. At Southern Maryland House of Nerf, I had fun with it despite being a good bit under the 150 FPS cap. It definitely would be a good blaster in a pinch where your primary isn't working, but using it as a primary, I had to get pretty close to my targets. Now for my overall opinions. The pros being that it's small, it's quiet, and it's cheap. But most importantly, it's actually really fun. Like, I have so much fun just shooting this around my own house, and I do think that if you have office Nerf wars, this would actually be very perfect because you can store it in your desk drawer and pull it out, and it's super quiet. So that's what I really recommend it for, is the fun. Now, as far as the practicality of it in Nerf Wars, it's a bit more tricky. I did take it to Southern Maryland House of Nerf, where the 150 FPS cap, and I did okay. But it's definitely not a powerhouse. It's really more designed to be that sidearm that you need in case your blaster jams. That way you can defend yourself when somebody tries to run up you while you're having a jam. That's where I feel like this thing really shines. I do think you could run this as a good HVZ primary. I know I had a few issues with the version 1, which gave me problems, but really the only drawback to the HVZ primary is that I was having a hard time seeing my darts because I'm expecting the darts to go faster, but that's just something you could get used to over time. But you know me, and fun is usually my highest praise, and I will continue to fling foam around the house with this and just have fun with it. Because after all, fun is the most important. Thank you all for watching, and special thank you to all my lovely patrons out there. And if you'd like to support the channel or any of the hobbyists featured in this video, definitely check out the links in the description below. Don't forget, patrons of the $5 or above level get custom stickers from yours truly. But if you don't feel like supporting the channel in that way, go ahead and leave a comment letting me know your thoughts. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to see what we're going to do next. Thank you again for watching. I've been Boomstick, and I'm out.